Hey, and this episode is going to be about network security. These videos are based off the courses that are given as graduate level courses that are required in order for you to be awarded a master's degree in computer science. If you haven't listened, this is the first episode you've been listening to, you should check the first episode in the playlist that discusses like what I'm doing, why I'm making these videos, and but if you're just listening to just what I know what network security is from this perspective, from the course perspective, it's basically good to just check this out. All right, so I have written down the information from the course outline, which is Principles of Practice of Computer Network Security, Cryptography, Authentication, Protocols, Public Key Infrastructures, IP, www, like World Wide Web, e-commerce security, firewalls, VPN, intrusion detection, and limited to what we call again the computer science graduate student. So it looks like this course is pretty much about how the practices of computer network security is, and it talks about all the different pieces that help in, network security provide services in network security. So, for example, the words are cryptography, which is a way of encrypting information to provide a security from other devices, or just protecting that information so only authenticated people or authenticated users are able to get that, whether it's an actual person, another server, a client, whatever. Then you have authentication that talks about figuring out who, authenticating what type of device or type of person it is based on certain types of credentials, the protocols that are all used for that, and understanding the ideas between public key infrastructures, internet protocol, IP, World Wide Web, e-commerce security, firewalls, virtual private networks, and intrusion detection. So, cyber security is growing in our society right now, where it's becoming such a big thing. There's so much money in it because of the fact that everybody's going to the internet. So security is really important. So it's one thing about me is that I'm kind of okay with security, like personally, like I understand like keeping proper passwords and changing them regularly. I try to make sure that I keep my devices, encrypted, and I try to also share that information with other people. But there's a lot more that goes into protecting a web application on the website, or even protecting any type of infrastructure that is open to the web. The web is like a wild, wild west, and anything can go wrong. There's like these things called DDoS attacks, which is like digital denial of services, which is it's a very common thing that happens on the internet, where certain an application will try to send packets to try to log into a service until the fact that it actually shuts down, or it will do something called a distributed denial of service, where there's like several different computers that will try to overwhelm the computer to take it down. These things are usually saved, are some of the actual things I'm talking about actually came from a course I'm looking at, which is called Information Security, and an Introduction to Context Information Security, and they talked about these things, but I've kind of figured it out myself. So there are ways to prevent those things and to pay attention to how you write code and how you protect your application, and with all these different things. So it's great for me as a graduate student, an aspiring graduate student, to pay attention to this. These things are really exciting, and there's a lot of movies that probably have tried to shine some light onto this, but to me, I just feel like it's important to try to build a mindset for these things. So this course is probably one of those courses that I would take. Just to let you know, like, I think out of all these courses, you don't have to take all of them. You have to just take 31 credits. So that's roughly like 15 credits, 15 classes. And that's about maybe a year and a half. So it's not so hard to do in one sitting if you have the time to do them, and you have the experience to go through them. But I definitely want to go through those things, and that's kind of all I'm going to talk about. That the next course is computer system security, which looks like it's the same thing, so I won't go too much into that, but it's I'm going to go over it just a little bit, so just hold on and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.